After we had an unfortunate letdown at dinner, Kyoto surprised us in the most unexpected ways. Just when we thought our night was over, we stumbled into one of the cutest souvenir shops in Japan and found a glowing forest that looks like it was made out of silk. We also crossed a quiet bridge under the stars and ended our evening soaking in our very first local onsen. If you're planning a trip to Kyoto and think everything shuts down after sunset, think again. This is a side of Arashiyama you won't see on a tour bus, and it might just be our favorite part of the trip.
We just wrapped up dinner at one of Kyoto's most famous unagi restaurants. Spoiler alert, it didn't blow us away. You can watch that story in this video here. But instead of calling it a night, we decided to explore and ended up finding some of our favorite spots in all of Kyoto.
We initially went into the souvenir shop because it was one of the last stores that were still opened, but we are very happy we found it because we found so many amazing, cute, and adorable trinkets that we brought back for our friends and family, including this roly-poly thing I super enjoyed.
This store is very interesting because on the outside it looks like a traditional Japanese house, and on the inside they have a lot of traditional crafts.
So you'll notice that some of these items look a little bit similar in design, and there's a reason for that. It's because they use something called the Chiri-men crafting method, which is a traditional method from the Edo period where things are made using this type of silk fabric, which has thin crimps, so it looks slightly textured and makes the items look very unique. Apparently, a lot of the items here are all original or handmade, so that's so cool to see.
They have a wide range of small to very big items, and they're all really affordable considering their tourist prices.
Like a lot of places in Japan, if you spend 5,000 yen and above, it is tax-free, so make sure to bring your passport when you're shopping in locations like this. They also have workshops where you can actually learn to make a lot of these Chiri-men craft items.
Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to attend the workshops, so we just chose the ones that looked best. And a lot of them look cool.
After we checked out probably the last store that was still open, we decided to pay this Kimono Forest to visit. So it's a completely free to enter art installation and it's actually right by the train station, so it's accessible and right in the center of Arashiyama.
It was really nice that we stumbled upon this because this is an amazing place to take pictures and video. The lighting of all the kimonos just really helps reflect off of the person and just makes everything very vibrant.
Since it's a permanent display, you can actually see this during the daytime as well too, but we wanted to come back specifically because we wanted to see the nighttime illuminations and we're happy we did so.
This place is called a forest because it's a long lane of pillars with kimono textile fabrics, and you can actually walk through all these, and apparently there are around 600 of these textile fabrics. And there are 32 different types of textiles, and they light up at night with LED lights inside each pillar.
It was fun just to walk around next to these beautiful lights, and it's also a little bit like a maze, so you can just weave through these pillars as well. It just makes for a really nice environment, and then you can also hear the cicadas in the background.
The Kimono Forest is pretty spaced out since there are actually 2 separate clusters on either side of the station. And keep in mind it actually is functional, so make sure that you're just like Jess. Look around both sides, make sure that there's no trains, look out for pedestrians, check out the spikes that are on the tracks, and walk across when you're ready. And here are some of the shots that you can get when your subject is on the other side. It's a really nice cinematic type feel where it looks like the silhouette backlit by all the kimonos, and just the orange glow reflecting off the person makes everything just like a movie.
Wow, it makes me so photogenic. Just wish there were slightly less people, but that is the reality of traveling.
I think because this place is technically a public area, if you really do wait long enough, maybe until like 5 a.m. in the morning, where it's still potentially really dark, then you can actually get no people whatsoever. But I think around this time, it was around 9 p.m. maybe, there's still a lot of people still out and about, even though it's in Arashiyama. And this is actually one of the few areas where, while all the stores are closed, there's still something to do, and that something to do is checking out this Kimono Forest. And There's a lot of people who are also taking photographs, but there's still enough space where you can find your own area and really take your time to really find the perfect pose and trial and error until you get the one that you like how we're doing here.
Well, actually, do poses. Just pose randomly. Yeah. Face your back towards me, and then do your random poses with more arms. Yeah. You can do like stretching too. That works too. Stretch upwards, both hands up. Yeah. Now angle your body, like curve your body, like stretching your side abdominals. Yeah.
So as you can tell, it's harder than it looks to get good aesthetic pictures. But it is cool to get the silhouette shots like how John is doing here, because you get to play around with the different light settings and the shadows and different props, like how John is using the umbrella over here to give a little bit of extra dimension to his photos. So that was fun just to play around with. Plus, like we mentioned before, it is a functional tram station, so you can see it coming in with this bright, beautiful lights as well too, so they make for a nice backdrop as well. And it actually is a purple tram, so it has a really nice contrast. As you will see over here, once it passes the light, we actually got surprised when it came. So happy to see the purple tram. It matched really well with a lot of the lights.
And here are the photos from all of our hard work. It was really challenging to always pose for the camera, but this location is really great for posing, especially if you're generally uncomfortable posing in public, because the results that you get makes it all worth it.
So you think we're done, right? But we actually have one more stop for the night, and in order to go, we have to pass through this beautiful bridge that was actually the darkest bridge that we passed by, but there's still a little bit of lighting in between. As you can see, you can barely see other people.
If you watch our previous videos, you would actually see this from the perspective during daytime. And it is a really huge contrast because during the daytime, everything looks tranquil. Nighttime, it looks like a horror movie. So it's a pretty big contrast.
But happily, we made it there safe and sound. So that's what's important. After doing a little celebration that we made it out of there alive, we are now walking over to the onsen that is really close to our hotel and in the heart of Arashiyama. And it was actually our first public onsen that we experienced.
Remember to take off your shoes because we didn't, and we got yelled at by the obasan at the entrance. So
very gently yelled at.
Yeah, Japanese hospitality version of yelling. But anyways, here are some reference photos of what the onsen looks like.
There were so many stations, a hot and cold option as well too, and my absolute favorite, the carbonated station. I feel like the carbonation makes my skin extra soft.
And one of the best parts of Japanese onsen experiences is that there are vending machines that dispense milk, so that you can grab it right after you get out of the hot baths, like us here.
Milk, milk, milk. Tea. Nice.
So this is the first time that we actually tried going to a public bath that wasn't in a hotel. So at first we were a little intimidated, but it was a great experience overall.
It was also super affordable. It's a different price depending on whether you come on a weekday or a weekend, but the general prices for adults ranges from 1,100 yen to 1,300 yen. and for children, it's a flat 600 yen. And they also rent bath towels for 200 yen. Basically, it's around very, very cheap.
Plus, this place is available on Klook, so they are used to having foreigners come visit. And this made our first public onsen experience much easier.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you all again next time. Take care. Bye.